Good morning. I'm Jen Amos at Weiss Research.
I'm Andy Myers, and this is your morning market update for Tuesday, July 19th. Stocks around the world are rebounding from yesterday's losses as a flood of corporate earnings hit Wall Street. But we begin with a surprisingly strong report on the U.S. real estate market. Housing starts rose 14.6% in June, to their highest level in nearly 6 months. Economists had been looking for a gain of just 3.6%. Within the report, we're seeing a trend toward renting over buying, as the building of multifamily units outpace single-family homes. Despite the increase, most analysts don't think this is the start of a home building surge, because high inventories of vacant existing homes continue to weigh down the market. Tomorrow, we'll get a closer look at the housing sector with a reading of June existing home sales.
It's one of the biggest days of the quarter on the earnings calendar, with financial firms leading the charge. Bank of America swung to a loss of $8.8 billion in the second quarter, compared with a profit of more than $3 billion a year earlier. The loss was mainly due to mortgage-related charges, which were partially offset by lower credit costs. Shares of Bank of America are modestly higher on the news. Meanwhile, shares of Goldman Sachs are falling 2.5% to their lowest level in a year. The firm's second quarter profit jumped 77% on a big increase in investment banking revenue. But Goldman's top line was hit by a steep drop in its market-making and fixed income businesses. One big stock winner from the financial sector is Wells Fargo. It's gaining 2% after topping estimates with a 25% increase in profit. Bank of New York Mellon and KeyCorp are also rising on strong earnings, but State Street and Comerica losing ground in early trading.
It isn't just financial firms on today's earnings calendar. We're also getting results from two of the world's biggest brands. Coca-Cola reported an 18% increase in second quarter net income as shipments continued to rise around the world. Rising raw materials and fuel costs cut into Coke's profit margins, but the company helped offset those costs with higher prices. The company also said that the impact of the Japanese earthquake and tsunami will cut its full-year earnings by 3 to 5 cents a share. Shares of Coca-Cola are adding 1.5% right now. Meanwhile, Johnson Johnson is modestly lower in early trading. Its earnings fell nearly 20% due to restructuring, recall, and litigation costs, and higher spending on overhead and research. But the results still topped Wall Street estimates. And two stocks that are posting huge gains following strong earnings are Harley-Davidson and Eastman Kodak.
Another sector to watch today is technology. After yesterday's closing bell, IBM posted an 8% gain in profit on a sharp increase in sales of computer hardware and software. Both IBM's top line and bottom line numbers beat expectations, and the company raised its earnings outlook for the full year. Right now, shares of IBM are gaining nearly 3%. After today's closing bell, we'll hear from two more tech heavyweights, Yahoo and Apple. Apple shares are trading at an all-time high ahead of its results. And finally, we're keeping an eye on shares of Cisco Systems. The networking firm announced plans to cut about 6,500 jobs, including 15% of its executive staff. Cisco also agreed to sell its factory in Juarez, Mexico, to Foxconn Technology. Right now, the stock is rising more than 1%. That's the latest from Weiss Research. Have a great trading day.